Give me an A! A! Give me an M! M! Give me another M! M! Give me an O! O! What's that spell? M-O! What's that spell? M-O! You ain't M-O! You ain't shit! M-O! Hell yeah, baby! Woo!
Keep the peace, prepare for war. This is the motto of the Air Force Combat Ammunition Center, known as AFCOMAC. This motto represents AFCOMAC's commitment to develop a combat-ready munitions force, ready to defend the peace, by being ready to put warheads on foreheads, anytime, anywhere in the world. As early as 1965, in the early days of the United States' involvement in Vietnam, it had become obvious that conventional munitions capabilities had largely been ignored during the Korean War period, when emphasis was placed on strategic nuclear warfare weaponry. Munitions personnel with the skills necessary to carry out large-scale munitions operations did not exist for the most part. The Air Force Inspector General conducted functional management inspections of mass munitions assembly operations, and confirmed that the Air Force's ability to rapidly produce ammunitions for air combat operations in wartime was severely degraded and was unable to produce the necessary mass assembly operations to fight a war. In an effort to improve the Air Force's combat munitions production capabilities, Lieutenant General Leo Marquez, retired Deputy Chief of Staff for Logistics and Engineering Headquarters, United States Air Force, during the early days of Vietnam, immediately ordered the formation of a Tiger team to investigate new ways for solving inadequacies in the Air Force's ability to realistically train munitions personnel and mass combat munitions production. From this beginning became the decision to establish an Air Force Combat Ammunition Center, AFCOMAC. Sierra Army Depot, located in Herlong, California, was chosen because they needed extensive real estate, possibly arrange room for a runway, and support of a larger established military base to provide support functions. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union in late 1991, Air Force budget cuts became deeper than initially expected. These 90s budget cuts, coupled with soaring repack costs, charged the Air Force by the Sierra Army Depot, forced the Air Force to rethink the operation at the Sierra Depot and find new ways to keep AFCOMAC training effective at teaching mass delivery and being affordable. AFCOMAC would leave Sierra Army Depot and would reestablish and realign at Beale Air Force Base, California, under Air Combat Command. The new squadron, housed in a $6.3 million facility, would become the 9th Munition Squadron. The combat advisors are the faces of the AFCOMAC program. As subject matter experts, they are trained to deliver the curriculum in the classroom, in the 101 bays, and on the field. The primary mission of the 9th Munition Squadron is to administer the Combat Ammunition Planning and Production course, as well as the Senior Leader Aerial Munitions course to Air Force, Joint, and Allied partners. The squadron is broken down into 4 flights: the Curriculum Flight, Materiel Flight, Production Flight, and the Systems Flight. The schoolhouse consists of 5 seminar rooms, along with 5 AMMO 101 bays that are used for hands-on demonstration, performance training, and technical development for the different munitions that are used during practical exercises. AFCOMAC's extensive training effort from 1986 to 1991 prepared the United States Air Force munitions personnel for their role in the First Gulf War. The training includes operations of munitions, material handling equipment, ammunition buildup procedures, ACE maneuvers, and current theater operational plans. AFCOMAC uses the type and volume of live munitions that would actually be tasked in combat operations. The squadron also evaluates the MMHE to ensure it will support the level of support anticipated in combat. The CAP course provides combat-oriented instruction from middle to senior level munitions technicians, supervisors, and managers, as well as Air Force munitions planning and mass munitions production techniques for our joint partners. The course consists of academic and operational hands-on application, including munitions support concepts and principles based on current Air Force operational plans. The extensive variety of munitions seen here at AFCOMAC includes the GBU-12, 31, 32, 38, 39, 53, 54, 56, and specialty munitions, including the AIM-9 Sidewinder, AIM-120 Advanced Medium Range Air-to-Air Missile, AGM-158 Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff Missile, and the ADM-160 Miniature Air Launch Decoy. The students are billeted adjacent to the schoolhouse in 2 dormitory buildings. The students' practical area is located approximately 5 miles away from the school at the munitions storage area. Sortie support is conducted at sites known as Kilo 1, Kilo 2, Kilo 3, and Kilo 4. The munitions storage area consists of 7 unbarricaded operating locations, 5 igloos, and 2 inert storage buildings. The classroom environment consists of 5 seminar rooms with seating capacity for up to 16 students per seminar. Each seminar room is equipped with audiovisual equipment to enhance the academic portion of the course. Students can expect to spend the first 8 curriculum days in their assigned seminar and their individual function area munitions employment and development labs. Advisor and student interaction drives the course. The curriculum is delivered through a series of multimedia presentations, highlighted by the individual experiences shared by both advisors and students. These airmen are 2 Whiskey Zeros with a fundamental knowledge of munitions, our semi-skilled technicians, and our first-line supervisors. The AFCOMAC course is also a skill level requirement for all munitions technicians. Most of these airmen know what they need and are eager to come here and get it. Upon arrival, students take a pre-test. Their results will be compared to their final test to measure effectiveness of the academic training. In the first 2 days of training, students focus on the academic portion of the curriculum. They become deeply involved in understanding combat planning, mobility planning, O-plans, and support plans. These concepts are eventually consolidated into one planning document, the Munitions Employment Plan, or the MEP. Students receive air tasking orders they must decipher and support. They study how to take care of munitions stockpile and learn how to plan a munitions flow process to operational locations in wartime. All of these influence effective delivery and sortie support. AFCOMAC emphasizes flexibility and ingenuity, which you will need in the field. At the end of the first week, the students take the end-of-course post-test. Student improvement ranges on average from 20 to 40 points, indicating advancement of the overall knowledge and the confidence to make choices. Now that the groundwork has been laid, choices become critical for the upcoming Iron Flag practical exercise. Part of the curriculum involves common types of bombs and how to build them. When you're studying planning and production aspects, the more hands-on, the better. In the sortie-producing chain, machines, tools, and equipment are vital. Various mechanical, electrical, and pneumatic tools are used on production pads in support of the sortie generation. Bobtails, jammers, 10 tons, 38.5-foot trailers, lidalls, bomb trailers, and forklifts are all simultaneously in motion. Students inspect and position all of them so that practical training can proceed. Students train in a peacetime environment where they can experience combat situations. In wartime, you not only use the equipment, you stress it. The design, utility, and durability are tested to the max. AFCOMAC does that here with people as well as equipment. It is said, if you're not ready for the first day of war, there might not be a second day. Day 10 of the curriculum, Pre-Frag Day, provides the opportunity for the class students to validate the munitions employment plan and mesh their combat production capabilities as a team. The final week is where all the planning and training are tested. The Iron Flag exercise. The call comes from Munitions Control, sending all munitions personnel into high gear. During attack sorties, they implement the scenario with live assets. Approximately 800 total munitions are tasked between pre-frag and D+3, consisting of 300,000 pounds of NEW handled. The advisors are everywhere, noting strengths and weaknesses, as well as assisting in team development and the munitions production effort. They know the pressure the students are under during the intensive 4-day field experience. The better we train them, the better they will be able to go to war. The predetermined number of sorties has a certain mix and configuration of munitions from the buildup locations which must be met. The munitions built from the production pads must be at the appropriate delivery site by the station time, and the clock is ticking. The biggest adversity faced is orchestration, collecting multiple components, which are typically stored separately to the right place at the right time, and then getting the bombs to the right aircraft at the right location, while Murphy's Law is always out there to get you. Conducting this responsibility is indeed the biggest challenge found with the students meeting the frag. During the first 9 days of AFCOMAC, students have been developing support plans and receiving academics which will prepare them for real-world operations. They're tasked to effectively and seamlessly perform the mission outlined in the Munitions Employment Plan. AFCOMAC is a peacetime training center where students become better ammo technicians, managers, and leaders, and gain a better appreciation of what is to be expected during times of war. After completion of the course, munitions personnel are combat trained and combat ready to meet the munitions planning and production challenges of tomorrow.
You ain't ammo! You ain't